All quiet here at the start of the Island Challenge Cup, and there's Newcastle University on the screen there. Rachel Bradley in the stroke seat, Frances Monroe at 7, just backed up by Izzy Lack and April Lemon, and looking deadpan, really relaxed, and just thinking through, well, probably that first stroke, Kath. I don't know what you thought about when you were racing, but for me, taking that first stroke.
Yeah, you're right. Breathing deeply, yeah, thinking about how you're going to apply the pressure, making sure your shoulders are down, relaxed, watching stroke. As soon as stroke twitches, you've got to anticipate that twitch and be absolutely ready.
Go.
So the umpire talks over what he's going to say, and now the crews will square the blades, ready to go.
And you've got to be ready at any moment's notice. And there it is, attention go, and we're underway in the Island Challenge Cup between Newcastle University A on the left-hand side of your screen and Brown University on the right-hand side of your screen. And this Brown crew, well, despite it not being together for too long, this is a combination of their 1V, 2V, you know, lots of athletes coming together that have put their hand up to say yes to Henley. You know, they have been dominant, winning the Championship 8s at Henley Women's Regatta just 2 weeks ago. They're coming in as favourites.
I mean, that's a great rehearsal, isn't it, to get on the Henley water and to be doing great match racing, so they'll be used to that. Look at the real kind of way that they're aggressively going at it, actually in both crews going for it, but you know, that Brown crew are wanting to, they are hungry, they are wanting to get ahead as soon as they can. They want to close this race out. Very, very aggressive start, all really getting onto the catch, leaping onto the catch.
Yeah, and this was one of the things that, you know, I was lucky enough to commentate on them racing in those Championship 8s at Henley Women's Regatta a couple of weeks ago, and everyone commented about this really characteristic Brown style, a very, very aggressive finish. We're now looking at Newcastle University, those iconic blue star blades moving in and out of the water, and actually Newcastle are, you know, renowned as well for quite an aggressive start, Kath, and Brown just seemed to be even more so.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, they both have that style of attacking it, but there is more power in that Brown crew. So once they're in, they're just leaping through. The speed, acceleration, once the oars is in the water, is just at quite another level in the Brown crew.
Just look at how quickly they get the blades out of the water. You can just see how you watch the oars when they get to the end of the stroke and they take their blades out of the water. It's just so quickly turning, isn't it? And the hands are moving away.
I mean, it's very quick. You could say, you know, I would say it's lacking a little bit of relaxation. That could cost you in a really tight race. There's a bit of inefficiency possibly, and some of the blade depths again. But you cannot fault the tenacity, the aggression, the commitment that is being absolutely expressed in every stroke from every member of that crew.
And look, as long as you're all doing it together and you're all rowing in the same style, and that's something that Newcastle University, you know, that program that's run underneath Alex Lee up in the northeast of England, they coach on that, you know, everyone rows under the same technique model. So as long as you're all doing it together, it doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as it's the same.
I mean, look, that's a great shot of the crew. There's a lot of cohesion there. There's a lot of really good timing, really kind of synchronous. You know, they were 5th at the Championship 8s at Bucks Regatta. They were 2nd at Bucks Head. You know, placed 12th at the women's head of the river race. You know, and then 5th in the Women's Championship 8s at the Sunday of Metropolitan Regattas. There's a really solid, incredible university crew, but there is another level of power that is being put down on each stroke, that is being pounded into the foot stretchers of that Brown University crew.
And it just goes to show you the calibre that we have here at Henley Royal Regatta in this fairly new, you know, the Island Challenge Cup, only introduced last year in the 2021 regatta. This year it is, you know, one of the most popular events, and I can absolutely see why. But you know, one of the things we were lacking in last year's event was international competition, right? And the US universities coming over to test their mettle against the best of the UK. And this Brown crew is demonstrating that beautifully. How strong are they?
Oh, it's brilliant to have them here. And we've got such a large US contingent across all of the events, from the schools to the clubs to universities to international level. You know, it's absolutely brilliant. And for the these early, history-making years of the Island Challenge Cup. You know, each year we see a different level achieved. Each year we have different crews coming to compete for it, and it is absolutely brilliant for women's rowing, for the future of the sport, and to just show that this event, you know, is already such a key part of the programme.
And look, this Brown crew, they only placed 6th at the NCAAs in the Senior 8s final, so they're not even the top of the pack of our, you know, US University contingent, and they're beating what was 5th place in the equivalent, you know, British University Championship regatta. So on paper, you'd probably look at that and go, they're fairly well matched, right? 5th place in the British University Champs, 6th place in the NCAAs for the States, but it's, you know, dramatically different here.
I mean, the NCAAs is an incredible competition, isn't it? And you know, there are a lot of British athletes, a lot of British schoolboys and girls who go over to be part of that system because of the experience you get. And we see lots of them who then come back and are part of the national teams or come back and row for clubs here because it's incredible to be part of that. But, you know, that's the kind of wonderful international connections you have where, you know, the Brown want to race at Henley, you know, clubs here want to race at the head of the Charles, people want to study in America, and, you know, then people want to come and row at the clubs here. So, you know, that's been so vibrant and a part of women's rowing that didn't exist actually, you know, a decade or so ago, and it's only helping that side of the sport to move on all the time.
Well, Brown are riding a wave of success, as we say. Those championship 8s at Henley Women's Regatta are on this course just a few weeks ago, and wanting to build on that with another win here on a winning streak. But Newcastle University, there was a huge amount of noise from them for the bank, and one of the things I really love about the Newcastle you know, sort of ethos and the club is that everyone supports everyone, and everywhere you go, if there's a Newcastle race on, you will hear cheers from the bank for this crew, because they are such a unit and such a great club atmosphere that the noise as we come into the regatta enclosures, I'm sure, will be just as loud.
I mean, it's a gritty row. There's a lot of commitment going down there, and Lauren Russell, who has fantastic experience, having been in the final last year for Surbiton in that fantastic final against Headington, you know, she's got that experience now to bring to university, to come back to Henley, to be urging her crew on. You know, they'll be learning all the way down here, and, you know, many of them will be back next year, passing it on to, you know, to the next level of students coming through as well. So, you know, that has been incredible to have that, just so much experience now in that crew. And I look at it as well, some here for the first time, but some have been before, some have been racing in other events, some have been at the kind of Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, Hannah Hills and the Bowls. So, you know, again, all of these experiences, but Brown are supreme.
Brown reigning supreme. They were unbeaten at the Henley Women's Regatta just 2 weeks ago, looking to continue on that unbeaten run whilst on UK soil, and it's going to be a dominating performance here for them. Little trouble to see them over the line, a real storming race for them to put them into the next round of the Island Challenge Cup. And Newcastle University will be clapped into the line. A real gutsy performance from them, inspiring in this new event, the Island Challenge Cup.